girls, and welcome back to the Cozy Corner. Today we are going to be doing what we always do. We are focusing on the truth. We're not worried about too much aesthetics going on. We're just doing girl chats. We're honing in on what's real, and we're just being ourselves. I do have my emotional support tea, which is causing my eyeball to twitch. I think I need to give it a rest, but I have a fixation on tea because tea keeps me going. Like, I've had such a long day and I was unstoppable today. I was unstoppable. My entire office probably could tell. I was just that girl. And when I don't have my tea, don't bother me. I don't know what's happening, okay? So I have it with me. If you hear some clinking, I'm sorry. Staying home is elite, okay? Why is it elite? I mean, there's so many reasons. I mean, I'm home right now. You might be home. You might be out. You might be doing some grocery shopping. You might be at the gym. I love how when my hand gets closer, it's like, I'm gonna keep it back here. You might be out and about. If you watch this and listen to it, just do what you gotta do. But staying home is just so powerful because you get to choose. It's the power of choice. When I'm home, I get to be ugly or beautiful in peace. So the other day, I was like, oh, I want to do some cleaning around the house. So I threw on this stunning purple. It wasn't even just, it was this purple, gold, green, yellow, just this beautiful, it was, the dress is giving Bollywood. I wore it on my TikTok and it's just so stunning. And it's not the most comfortable thing in the world. It's really not, but that's not why I wear it. I wear it because it's stunning and I just like to kind of be around the house in it. And I was like, okay, let me clean in this dress. And guess what? It wasn't a performance. It wasn't. It was just, no one's here except my trusty little sidekick over there who's out of camera. And I just loved it. I'm like, this is fun. Today I feel like really dressing up and being dramatic and doing the thing and being like basically romanticizing my daily tasks. So that's what I'm gonna do. Then the next day, no makeup, kind of looking scrubby, didn't move, was laying around eating cookies that these tiny little cookies that I found that I love. Just doing that, looking at all the desserts all across anywhere that I can find. I have a sweet tooth, and now that we think about it, Now that I think about it, I really need a dessert tonight. I've been like, I need a dessert. I digress. I just get to do either. Both exist at the same time. I believe they call that duality. I just, there's pressure, societal pressure, which I am fine with, because when you leave the house and you have to put on your face, I don't have a problem with that. There are few things that are more offensive than when people show up in public looking like they just rolled out of bed. Not chill clothes or athleisure. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about jammies and fluffy slippers on. Again, I digress. Clearly, I need to note this and maybe make a video about that. But I think we already know where that's going. People, put your clothes on. Like, not like that, but like wear outside clothes outside and keep your rolled out of bed, lounging around, being dirty, which is totally fine when you're inside. Keep that at home. Back to the point, I love just being home and just existing and thinking and not having to answer to anyone or anything. And I love when my phone dies. I can't lie. That's another thing about, like, if your phone dies and you're home, so what? You're safe. You know you're not going anywhere, so you don't need to be like, oh my gosh, what street am I on? None of that. Not at all. The second, and possibly the most important, though I have another one coming up that's just as important. I get to tinker around the house. And I don't know about you, and maybe you don't know this yet. Maybe you just met me virtually. I am a pro tinkerer. If I could get paid to tinker around the house, I would have bought an island and literally invited everyone I know, we would have a compound at this point. I love tinkering around the house. I love fixing and moving furniture and maybe swapping these around just because I've seen them in this order already, right? Or maybe changing up the pillowcases even though they're clean and I just want to swap them out just to add maybe a different hue, or maybe swapping out taking off the runner from my dining table and then putting one on. And you know, the centerpieces that you put on your table or on a high countertop with decor. I'm looking at what I have out there. That's fun because it just like, it allows your space to breathe. Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, I'm not. So, tinkering, I get that from my Nana, my sweet Nana. She tinkers. That's what she does. She's been doing it since I've known her. She rearranges things, changes up the space. Maybe she'll throw on a cover on the couch or she'll take it off. It looks new all the time. And I'm like, where are you even getting this stuff from? She's like, oh, it was in storage. Don't worry about it. It's always been there. You just couldn't see it or you didn't notice it. That's where I get it from. I think my mom is like that also. I just love it. It's like refreshing your space and you don't have to necessarily buy anything else because that becomes stressful too. Like, oh my gosh, if I get something and then I don't like it, I have to return it. Like, who wants to deal with that, right? So just moving things around, dusting things off, and maybe like some people hate the tilt of objects, so straighten it. Or if it's been straight too long, you might want something to be tilted. Switching out the candles. If you have the seasonal ones, maybe you're not burning them because, you know, people have a preference about the soy ones that are very healthy for you versus, I think, you know what I'm trying to say. The ones that are really, really healthy versus and natural versus the ones you get from the like Bath and Body Works. Maybe you don't burn them, but you're like, I love the color. It's going with everything. Maybe you have neutrals going on, but then you're like, I want something that's green or pink or orange based on the season. That is so fun. So it's like, it's fun to dip into your little bin of crap that you carry around and just be like, where can I put this? What can I do with it? That's what I love about being home. If I'm out and about, I can't do that. In fact, I don't even think about anything going on at home when I'm out. The second I leave my home, it's like it's almost like it doesn't exist, which is fine. So there will probably never be a day where I just give up tinkering around the house. I think in my old age, I'm going to just be doing that. I'm already doing it. Oh, hi, friend. We have a visitor. Hi, baby. Come to mommy. As I was saying, in my old age, I just feel like that's what I would be doing, is tinkering around, drinking tea, gossiping with my girls. Basically, Golden Girls. Golden Girls 3.0. And you know what? If that happens, I can't wait, because where else can you keep revamping a space other than like your apartment or your home, wherever you choose to be? I'm loving it. Always gonna do it. Call me the Tinker Queen. Now, the third reason why staying home is absolutely elite, it's honestly pretty obvious. The money you save. There was a time when I don't know, $5 got you something, some bubble gum, a soda pop, maybe 3 to 4 of them, a nice ice cream cone or 2, get one for you and your friend. I act like I'm so old, like I'm being a little dramatic, like there was a time, but I was there in the 90s, okay? The late 90s, I was there. And that was a time. It was a completely different time. I can't even believe it. When you step out of the house, boom, whoa, I just spent $50. All I did was go outside. Hold on. Wait, what's happening? Driving, ticket. Driving, paying for parking. Driving, speeding ticket. Driving, oh my goodness, car wash. Anything. It goes for anything. You need to stop and get a drink because you forgot your water. You need to stop and pick up the groceries because you realize you forgot the salt. And then you're like, oh, let me just get salt. You never just get salt. I don't. I'm like, oh, I could use that. I could use that. I could use that. Oh, I need that too. If I stay home, I just finally don't have to just constantly be spending. It's just sometimes before we had this the phone, what is it, the credit card and the phone, before that I would genuinely sit and look at my card and be like, are you okay? I would feel like it was gonna catch on fire with how much, like when you're swiping it, like when when you watch someone like either a bartender or person at checkout line or whatever, they're swiping, I'm like, it's gonna catch on, hi baby, it's gonna catch on fire because that friction all day swiping. Oh my goodness. The things we put our cards through. That's why when you stay home, there's none of that. Now, if you are a Grubhub, Instacart queen, staying home isn't going to save you. It's not going to save you any money. It's just going to feed into your infatuation. Oh, I love Grubhub. I really do. Oh, it's just so handy. I get it. But aside from that, if you can control that, which it's hard to, staying home is just elite. And if you live alone, I probably have to add this in, because I live alone most of the time. And then I also have my little friend here, my lover. I keep calling him a friend. He's not my little friend. He's my little fur child. Because of that, I just feel like, I talked about this on TikTok, and I said, I don't hope for the lockdown to ever happen again for any reason in 2019, 2020, 21, 22. I don't hope for that. I really, really don't. Okay. But I personally was like, finally, like I was like, oh, no more FOMO, no more, what do I have to wear? My laundry slowed down, because I'm the type of girl who might wear 3 outfits in a day. I try not to, but if you're doing different occasions, like that, like if I'm doing that, then I have to switch. It's not always, but Sometimes, most of the time. So I just got to not, I got to slow down in a way that I think a lot of people have been actually craving. It's sort of like when you were on summer break as a kid, but even a little more of feeling sort of like you're not an adult anymore because of the lack of over jam-packed schedule that comes with being an adult. I love adulthood. I really do, especially womanhood as an adult, right? But it's a little exhausting to do it properly or to do it well, because there's no proper way. But to do it well, you kind of have to stay focused and agile and keep it moving and be brave and do the next thing and constantly be renewing yourself, which takes so much energy and effort and time and focus, right? It was kind of nice, not advocating for why, but it was just nice to just be like, I want to do nothing, and that's what I'm gonna do. I got a lot of sleep. I spoke more to my friends and family because I had so much time. I was able to save. Hello. My favorite pastime is keeping money. Spending it, but I love keeping it. It's just best feeling in the world. But once everything gets back to normal, which is amazing, and we don't want that ever to happen again. I'm gonna keep saying that. You just, you gotta leave the house. You have to always be where someone needs you to be. And it's funny I say that because I hate chronically late people. I used to be that. I took accountability and stopped doing it. It took a little bit of time and a little bit of effort, but I figured it out. So I hate that. But at the same time, I liked a little bit more of that relaxed culture because I'm American, if you can't tell. And if you are also American watching this or from a metropolitan area, anywhere around the world, you move quickly. You move quickly. Even if you're in the suburbs, the fact that you're in America or a place similar, you're moving, hustle, bustle, but like everything is just now, all the time. And that causes me stress. It's where I hold tension in certain parts of my body, like many people do. And I do know that just sleeping and resetting by force, unfortunately, that time frame gave me, or that moment in time gave me that reset. And a lot of people, if you take away the sort of mental stress and the anxiety that it did cause, like, because I understand that, I had just a little bit towards the end when I was like, okay, that's enough. Like, when is this over? Like, okay, we're good. I started thinking like, oh, great. Like, wow, what if this doesn't end? If you take that out of it and all of the other tragedies, I was like, oh God, finally. I'm not gonna lie. I'm here to just be real. And I don't know if anyone agrees with that. People had different circumstances. I'm speaking from my perspective. I was pretty chill. Pretty chill. If you relate to what I'm saying by any stretch of the imagination, leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Or maybe, do you disagree? And you are in the streets, like you are ripping and running the streets, thriving, extrovert upon extrovert all the time, home is basically like, it's almost like a hotel. You're like, this is not permanent. I don't even know what's happening. Whose bed is this? What's happening? You are just in the streets, thriving, living your best life. There are two sides to it. Going out and having a good time is a good time, but I stand by the fact that staying home is elite. What do you think? Let me know. Be sure to like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.